Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Fabrizio Romano has said the three magic words. Here we go. Dejan Kulusevski on his way to Tottenham Hotspur, set to fly to North London this morning, as I say, deal around 40 million, as Fabrizio Romano does state. And look, this has really made my Sunday. I am so chuffed that Spurs have finally signed a player, that we finally done some efficient business in the January transfer window and given ourselves some more time to sign other players, the likes of Bentancur, Douglas Luiz potentially. You know, those aren't players I necessarily want, but those are who we've been linked to. And look, if it's who Conte wants and the board are going to get him, at least that's backing Conte. We've been saying all transfer window, we need signings badly. We really badly need signings. We need that confidence boost, but we also need to strengthen positions. We need to get a new right wing back. We need a creative midfielder, and we need someone who can rotate on the wing if Steven Bergwijn is moving. And we have got that. We have signed Dejan Kulusevski. And this guy, to me, right, I think he's spot on. I think he's champion. I think he can really work at Tottenham Hotspur. I think, you know, rotating with Lucas Moura, as to say, on that right wing position, can also take the centre forward strike position and the left wing position. He's a very all round brilliant player. Could potentially even be a right wing back. We'll wait and see. But I see the most likely position for him being a not a backup as such with Moura, but rotating with Moura, if not a first team starter ahead of Moura. Depends how it all works. And this gives us a real opportunity to do something here. This gives us a real opportunity to add some creativity to the midfield with Moura, in my opinion. I could see us playing Son, Kane and Kulusevski as our front three, with Lucas Moura potentially pressing higher and being that creative point in the midfield, because we know he can do it, but he's so much better at right wing. We didn't want to, especially when we don't have the quality in that position. Now we do. Now Moura can take that sort of attacking midfielder threat with a Højbjerg or a Skip behind him. And I am all here for it. I am all here for it. Look, good amount of money spent by Spurs. I'm very happy with this transfer, but don't let that, you know, take your mind away from the fact we still need to sign another player. You know, if we can get Bentancur over the line, I'll class it as a successful transfer window. And, you know, just because we're signing players, it doesn't mean the protest shouldn't go ahead on the 31st. I think that's more of a combined thing over 21 years than a one window thing. And look, I want ENIC out. I don't think they're good enough owners. I think we've left it far too late in this window anyway. But I'm so glad that finally we are signing players and Conte is getting backed. And regardless of your opinion on ENIC and Conte and whatever, you know, if Conte does get backed, he is going to stay. And if we sign Kulusevski and Bentancur, two of the players he really wanted, he could potentially stay a little longer. We could get into the Champions League because he's working with players that he wanted. Then get into the Champions League, more players are attracted. And it was so important that we did get a couple of signings in for a confidence boost and for Conte himself to be pleased at the helm. Because now if we can go on and get Champions League football, Spurs looks a very attractive prospect. Harry Kane's more likely to stay. Same with Heung-Min Son. You know, Lloris, Son, Moura, Kulusevski, Bentancur, Højbjerg. Players are going to want to move to that team. Players are going to want Champions League success and a team that can go for something. And we are progressing in that way. We are progressing in that way now that we have signed a player. We do need to sign Bentancur because I think the one signing of Kulusevski isn't really enough. I understand, you know, most January transfer windows you'd happily take one signing. But I think with this one for Spurs, especially when Conte needs to get back big time, you know, I do think we need to sign another player. But look, it could be Bentancur, it could be Douglas Luiz. I'm not too fond of Luiz. I think Bentancur can play that sort of box-to-box midfielder. He can play defensive and also creative. He'd really work in there for me. And especially if we're, you know, looking to sign Amrabat as well, I don't see the need for Douglas Luiz, especially with the money and the figures that are going about of 32 million, whatever. But look, Kulusevski to Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, 40 million plus bonuses. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. This has definitely cheered up my Sunday. And yeah, no football this Sunday. Bit rubbish, innit? Bit rubbish with no Premier League football on the weekend. But life goes on. We have got the FA Cup next weekend. And hopefully we head into that game with Kulusevski and Heung-Min Son back in the Tottenham team. And all of a sudden, right, I'm not saying that our squad is good enough. But all of a sudden, you look at that fully fit team. Romero, Dyer, Sanchez, Royale, Reguilon, Højbjerg, Bentancur potentially, or Amrabat, Kane, Son, Kulusevski. Or more goes into that midfield. With the players back from injury, that doesn't sound as bad as we've been making out, does it? Now, I'm not saying that our team is good enough, and I'm not saying anything about Enoch. I want these guys out. I think it's 21 years of not backing managers and not getting the success we need. But I think with that team, we can go on to achieve stuff. We can go on to potentially win an FA Cup, to get into the Champions League. And especially with the fact that Arsenal aren't getting that confidence boost at the minute. Neither are Manchester United. Now, I understand Man United don't really really need reinforcements, but Manchester United and Arsenal haven't signed anyone in the window. Well, Arsenal signed a backup keeper, but they haven't really got that big confidence boost of a good signing. Yeah, we have got that over the line, and I'm sure that we will get a couple more, potentially Bentancur, potentially Amrabat. 2-3 signings could be this January transfer window, and all of a sudden things look a lot more brighter. But anyway, you guys have been awesome. We have been Lily White Lane. Thank you for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs. Enoch out. In Conte, we trust. Here we go, baby. Welcome to Spurs, Kulusevski. Come on.